Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night from myself and Klachi, myself, Rubadiri Victor, and Inspector Selector Crabby here live on Indigenous. So we apologize, little technical stuff that comes with the virtual world and getting everything in order for the virtual world and stuff. But of course, you're inside Indigenous TNT, your home for underground music, Trinidad and Tobago. This is where we mainstream the local underground and globalize the Trinbago sound. Brought to you by myself, Rubidiri Victor, Inspector, Selector Crabby, hovering in the background, Sheldon Manu of the Artist Coalition of Trinidad and Tobago, like myself, who originated this program. Clutchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Um, and of course, we're hosted by the great Radio Toko uh, of the Toko Foundation, brought to you by, of course, by the late great Michael Alves, who set up that brilliant NGO up in Toko for community empowerment as a beacon and a prototype of community empowerment. And of course, we just celebrated the passing of Michael Alves just, I think it was last week. So we commemorate and we celebrate the life of the great Michael Alves, former trade union leader and founder of the Toko Foundation, who did so much to empower that community and get so many things done in that space: education, agriculture, community empowerment, culture, etc., etc., etc. Right? And Radio Toko is one of the fruits of that. And my family ancestrally is from Toko, the Brunted Tinkus, so hail on maternal side, hail the maternal lineage, hail Toko. And of course, my father is Sandy Grandi, right? So, it's right true. We had the whole mix and stuff, that whole North Coast, that Northeast, we had our lot. Right. So, of course, as I said, yeah, we here inside Radio Toko and inside Indigenous. This is where we play local Trinidad and Tobago reggae, rock, R&B, hip hop, rap, soul, jazz fusion, EDM, you name it. All the non-festival types of music, we run that right here. All the stuff that them other 36 radio stations that refuse to play, we play that music here. So this is your home for the goodness here on Radio Toko. And so we have a real sweet uh, set of stuff for you. We have some interviews and we also have some new music. And of course, we have some brilliant old stuff like this one, right? Classic Trinidad and Tobago underground, top music from the Ego Killers as we talk about Sandy Grande, the Sandy Grande Massive and stuff. This is Sandy Grande Massive, in effect here, the Ego Killers with Lights Out. One of the baddest tracks in the last 20 years. Trinidad and Tobago underground style. Ego Killers.
It's coming on, it's coming on. Lights out. I'm about to see what I will in. Sleeping in the stars, no eyelids. Black skin, black hole, like-minded. Doing big cause I think on it sided. Wow. Skipping through the stars on a light way. Get done shift on the highway. Sitting in the all of the night stage. My mind say I'm sitting on the right page. So you can't lock me up. I will say what I wanna say, and you can lock me down, cause I keep growing every day, and you are no contender, so I will not surrender to see you in the dark, while I stay wide open, way open, wide open, way open, wide open, way open, wide open, way open, wide. Month for your time for time for the pyramids. Everything laid out in the hieroglyphs. Think about it as I burn the next clip. Everything is mind based to the sum of it. Biomedical science, muddle up the pattern. Bring on the whole core city from Saturn. Bring the soul from the deepest atom. Dimensions of factors is what it's me atoms. It's coming on, feel it, it's coming on. Lights out, lights out. It's coming. me up, I will say what I wanna say. And you can lock me down, cause I keep growing every day. And you are no contender, so I will not surrender. To see you in the dark, my eyes stay wide open, way open, wide open, way open, wide open, way open, wide open, way open, wide.
Step into your mind and try things.
Stare into the dark till it's blinding.
Focus on the fire till it's climbing.
Grinding, you are no inspired on the chiming.
Kicking like a lion when you see me.
I am that side, believe me.
No cage, no walls, no ceiling.
Infinite black is in the mind that's beaming. You can't lock me up, I will say what I wanna say. And you can lock me down, cause I keep growing every day. And you are no contender, so I will not surrender. To see you in the dark, my eyes stay wide open, way open, wide open, way open, wide open, way open, wide open, way open, wide. Lights out, lights out. Lights out, lights out. Lights out, lights out. Lights out, lights out.
Yeah! Khalil Wall drop Olafemi Williams, Ego Killers, like one of the baddest tracks, Caribbean wide, worldwide, last 20 years, hands down. That band made 2 tracks. Them 2 tracks inside our top 100 mix in terms of best songs of the last 20 years, they inside, right? That's how bad that group is. 2 songs, 2 home runs, or 2 sixes out of the oval. You know, serious thing. Of course, Khalil did video editing, film production at Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale. Came back Trinidad, created this band with Olafemi, who has, again, I've said this before, the distinction of being in 2 of the baddest groups Trinidad ever invented: Three Sons and Ego Killers. So Olafemi have the touch of gold. Even though right now Olafemi in the bush planting peas and that kind of stuff. Literally, he's a farmer and stuff and thing. He lock off the music and stuff. But every now and then, he fly back in and that kind of stuff. Olafemi, I know we keep calling you. Come outside, do some music and that kind of stuff because they seem to have that thing. It's a full Grandy production, recorded by Richie Nelson Bones at Chain Links Productions. Additional production by Dennis Frederick, Amenehet at High Red Productions in Arima, mixed by Dennis Frederick at High Red Productions itself. So full Arima Sandy Grande production. Them boys have it, you know, just like Treasons, you know, that full Sandy Grande mix and stuff. Them doing the thing. Right, so we're sticking within the mode of like that song have so much fusion going on inside of it. You don't know if it's rap, so hip hop, EDM, rock, you know, alternate. You don't know what, you know. That's an incredible kind of fusion stuff in that song there. This is more in the pocket of you know, the modern hip hop and stuff, zest and stuff thrown in there. This is Say No More featuring Jimmy October, Jane Age, Young Rod, Mark Hardy, Lil Saint, and Chromatics. There's a lineup of the hardcore top hip hop men and stuff in the country and riding on this one, some of the best and stuff. Say No More featuring Jimmy October.
I'm rolling and smoking. I'm mixing, I'm sipping the potion. You already know this.
Couple stacks up in my jeans, then I already know it. Couple dollars in my team, they already know it. I got the word, they already know it. I'm just saying, nigga, they already know it. I ain't gotta say no more. I I ain't gotta say no more. I ain't gotta say no more. I just flex on them. I ain't gotta say no more. I ain't gotta say no more. I ain't gotta say no more. I just flex on them.
Flex game vicious. Ah, nigga, I'm the nigga. She do it for the grand. You know, take a couple pictures. We ain't messing with you. Nah, let's keep it straight in business. Tag, tag, tag. I be running through them digits. Let's hey, running man. Running through about 100 bets. Play no games, this ain't Pokemon. Sipping Hennessy and pomegranate. Sipping whatever they handed me. Summer down and sitting low key. Man, I beat it, then I'm Billy Jean. But y'all already know this.
Couple stacks up in my jeans, they already know it. Couple dollars on my team, they already know it. I got the way, they already know it. I'm just saying, nigga, they already know it. I ain't gotta say no more. I ain't gotta say no more. I ain't gotta say no more. I just flex on it. I ain't gotta say no more. I ain't gotta say no more. I ain't gotta say no more. I just flex on it.
A fly chicken would have been a tree. I'm brushing it. On a nice bliff and I levitate. I'm loving it. Got pride, nigga, like Kevin Gates. Fuck with it. I grind, nigga, like every day. I'm running it. Like Bulldog or a project. All about peace, no Jesus, though. Killing all of them imps, man. Them parasites, them nematodes. Smoking plants, trust I need that hemoglobin, that reefer, though. Cheating me into a streeter, though. Big me say, oh, like FIFA, though.
I ain't really fuck shit. Niggas wanna hit, then y'all better drop shit. Nah, boy, it's a confused up, you watch this. Swagger on MC, you can't touch this. No cold bars, which means I'ma crush this. Keep talk shit, best believe I'ma flush it. Always on the grind, I no time to suss this. DLL tips, so we do the beat justice. Plus, I ain't gotta say no more. Nigga, I ain't gotta say no more. Pussy nigga sitting on me, check my... See me... I ain't gotta...
Yeah.
Slap back.
Yeah.
Bang.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hello?
And so moving on, man.
Right. On to the next one.
That's part of it. Hit that like button if you're inside. If you're inside, hit the like button. Of course, we had the WhatsApp voice note. You know, we have some shy women inside who they frightened to send a message on the voice app, and we had one message in drag last week, right? But we wanna keep the X and Y chromosomes on right. So we wanna hear your messages and stuff, and of course tell us where you check to the music and that kind of stuff. Let us know what you think. Of course, you know, that's all in keeping with the hip hop and the attitude and that kind of stuff. But you know, well, as when you're sending your tracks to us and stuff, clean up everything when you send tracks, and you know, we want scrub it, you know, scrub the track properly and stuff. You know, you might miss some stuff. Over it with a fine tooth comb. Best thing, Lil Saint, Drew DLL coming up now. More Trinidad and Tobago hip hop in the mix and stuff. You know, Lil Saint is somebody who constantly and stuff dressing down some serious Trinidad and Tobago hip hop hits and that kind of stuff. Branching out and stuff into the groovy soca and all those other modes and that kind of stuff. But really, one of the great modern Trinidad and Tobago hip hop voices. This is Lil Saint and Drew DLL. Best thing.
Yeah. Lil Saint. Drew. Highway. DLL.
Said I really love you and I can't lie. But breaking up with you is the best thing I ever done. Said I really love you and I can't lie. But breaking up with you is the best thing I ever done. This ain't enough.
I told her never happened. But when I'm with this girl, she just wanna be the captain. But that can't happen because I'm a boss, and she just wanna hustle me like her name is Rose. I took her out shopping, I tried to make it work. But every time I'm with this girl, my heart just seems to hurt. Looked in her eyes, try to see her soul, but somebody feature just said all I want is gold. But when you in love, you try to deal with all of that. And deep down in my heart, man, I knew the shit was whack. She only wanted sex, and yeah, I tried to please her. She tried to set me up, that's when I knew that I should leave her. And since we've been apart, I had to fix my heart. Got a new chick so bright she glows in the dark. And maybe that's a start to forget about my feelings. But since you've been gone, success is getting screaming. Now you want me back, telling me your heart is screaming. Before we got together, you said love was just a feeling that you could control. Now I got a hold, little same fly away with your free soul.
Said I really love you and I can't lie. But breaking up with you was the best thing I ever done, ever done. Said I really love you and I can't lie. But breaking up with you was the best thing I ever done, ever done.
Back to the topic, you cheated, yes I know. And that's one of the reasons that I'm putting you out for. Cause girl, I was faithful, believe I could've cheated. Now you want me back, telling me your heart is bleeding. You better get a band-aid, believe me when I say the one I got right now, man, I think you should to stay. Yay, since I left you, it been all good. Still ride with my dude, so I'm still hood. New chick got me feeling like I'm in a movie. And if it ain't true love, then it have to sue me. Yes, I'm in the beginning, and I'm here to win. And I gotta keep it clean, take away the sins. Cause I'm the same, baby, I hope you love me. And we gon' be flying together like the doves be. Cause we crazy, in love. Now baby, tell the world who you love, let's go.
Said I really love you and I can't lie. But breaking up with you is the best thing I ever done, ever done. Said I really love you and I can't lie. But breaking up with you is the best thing I ever done, ever done.
Hey yo, DLL, you crazy for this one, man. Yeah. Highway.
Yeah, man. The boys of Highway Records, Short Fortuné, Chromatics, the whole crew there and stuff doing, their foundation hip hop work and stuff, Trinidad and Tobago hip hop work and stuff. They did with little scenes together. Yeah. So that was another one inside the mix of Trinidad and Tobago hip hop. Of course, everything that you hear on Indigenous is Trinidad and Tobago music made by a lot of it, especially young people from Trinidad and Tobago, from the genius of the vibes that they feel and how they translate it and that kind of stuff. And it has all these different kind of ways that it manifests itself, you know. So part of some of the technical issues that we had and that kind of stuff, we were trying to set up some interviews and stuff for this week. Weren't able to, some of those things might not be able to happen, but we're still going to run some of the songs that from the artists that we want to feature and stuff, and we will definitely try and see if we can work on those things for next week.
Yeah.
We'll be able to
forward
get them
for
in
the-
properly. Of course, I'll say we're going to feature Mike Wise. We're going to feature Nigel Rojas of Orange Sky. We want to see if we could bring back in Maximus Dan, MX Prime, inside again. And we might have two other special guests, right? So it's Christmas, it's a family, and it's a community time. So we wanna really kind of bring in some of the artists. So we might have 5 big artists inside the mix next week and stuff with all new music, you know. So look out for that. But one of the artists and stuff to keep in with the whole hip hop team of the first part of this program that we're bringing in next week is Mr. Dobson, right? Mike Wise. And it's a real bad track, right? If God is a Trini, right? Check out lyrics and stuff. Trinidad and Tobago hip hop. Kaiso. Listen, lyrics time.
as I lay to sleep, pray to the Lord, my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray to the Lord, my soul to take. Lay to sleep, pray to the Lord, my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray to the Lord. 10 murders only yesterday. Sharon daughter missing for a second day. Old man Cyril on his steps he lay, waiting on an ambulance. Fights with every breath to stay alive. You could guess which way it's ended. In my mind is a question: where is divine intervention when your child in intensive care? No sign of a mention of a cure. For them difficult words to come out of that dog's mouth, he might need that Heimlich invention. If God came down, he would meet us devastated. It's a Rubik's Cube. Cause it's colors that keep us separated. Ain't talking 51, but it's by party lines. This twin island victim of political tribalism. Chicks deemed as mules, no construction, but these kids keeping tools and bricks being moved. Protect the 1%, yet I still be the rules. Cause we still ain't know how vacuum chambers end up in them rich people pool. They say God is a trinity, we ain't need to pray. They say God is a trinity, we ain't need to pray. I guess heaven is a place on earth, and when God comes back, he touching borders, Spain first, yeah. They say God is a trinity, we ain't need to pray. They say God is a trinity, we ain't need to pray. I guess heaven is a place on earth, and when God comes back, he touching borders, Spain first, Imagine being an angel when you're dwelling with demons. Devilish beings have you quickly developing reasons to follow the ways of the rest of them instead of his teachings. Your spirit isn't strong, your defenses it weakens. Tried to find solace in the church promises reversed. All I found was the menacing scheming of men. We don't just pray to the Father, we look to father figures. Men of power taking advantage of the hearts of givers. Common men abusing the cloth, quite savage. Satmaraj busy pushing the agenda of child marriage. Gets his support in the name of protecting tradition. Any dissent that is given is a secular vision that fights against its tradition. I remember when my alma mater would bring this priest every Wednesday at 10 to make confessions, but I never went. I would instead repent on my own. Little did I know that priest was devil sent. Classmates shouting as he read the newspaper story that's based about the man he pled with for leniency, opposite to what he once knew. I don't have to say it, you could speculate what he was up to. They say God is a trinity, we ain't need to pray. They say God is a trinity, we ain't need to pray. I guess heaven is a place on earth, and when God comes back, he touching borders. First, they say God is a trinity, we ain't need to pray. They say God is a trinity, we ain't need to pray. I guess heaven is a place on earth, and when God comes back, he touching borders, Spain first, Late to sleep, pray to the Lord, my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray to the Lord, my soul to take. Late to sleep, pray to the Lord, my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, pray to the Lord, my soul to take. Wise.
Whoa, dread. Dread lyrics. Nicholas, Mike Wise, Dobson in the house there. God is a Trini. Serious Trinidad and Tobago hip hop lyrics there. And you know that you're inside the indigenous when you're hearing stuff like that, stuff that you're not going to hear on them 36 other radio stations, Firebond them, the program managers and all of them for the decades that they fight down local Trinidad and Tobago music of all types. The decades that they fight down local and Trinidad and Tobago genius. Imagine in this little season 10, year 10 of Indigenous, we already play 400 plus local songs, most of them new, here on this program. Stuff that they ain't hearing on any of them other stations and that kind of stuff. And anybody hear this stuff, they say, but I never heard this before and that kind of stuff. Real badass music here. Trinidad and Tobago music and stuff. That's how we do it here. And Mike Wise, hey, big up yourself, partner. Brilliant song there. Now we keep it in the mix of Trinidad and Tobago genius stuff and that kind of thing. This next youth, it goes by the name of Andy himself, right? I know him as Aaron, right? But Andy himself, and we run in two back-to-back things because Andy himself has been mashing up the place as an EDM electronica artist in England, right? Working with some of the top producers, some of the top talents and that kind of stuff. He's been working as a DJ as well as a producer and that kind of stuff. And we wanna listen to two of the tracks and stuff that he mashed up the place with outside there. The first one is extended mix of a song that he had called Kiss, right? And you just listen to his styles and that kind of stuff. It's kind of meditative EDM and that kind of thing. Check it out, and then we'll run a next one for him right afterwards. Andy himself, the extended mix of Kiss. To dance.
Oh, wait, baby. baby. Baby.
Yeah, man. So sometimes it's about the lyrics, and sometimes it's just about music and dancing, you know. And so we're in that part of the program where we just whiling out and dancing and that kind of stuff, right? I taking it a little easy and that kind of stuff. Kind of had a rough day, a couple of rough days and that kind of stuff. I think, you know, old man thing, just kind of taking it easy, the old bones kind of resting off and thing, you know. But I encouraging everybody out there to flex out, right? This is music to flex out and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean, Crabby? That's I mean you. Talking about you, Crabby. I mean, Crabby, there's no reason that you shouldn't be doing full Will Mill, the full, you know, strobe, robot, the whole, you know,
The whole,
moonwalk,
the whole.
everything. Saturday Night Fever, the whole, all foxtrot, waltz, yeah, the whole everything, right? So you're getting a chance, Krabby and everybody else, to flex out with this next track coming up here by Andy himself. Of course, before you do that, I want everybody to stop what you're doing, hit that like button, hit that share button, get some of your friends inside the mix and that kind of stuff because they're inside the indigenous and stuff where, you know, the air is rare, where the bestest of the best of Trinidad, the bestest music from Trinidad and Tobago is played, right? And where the bestest grammar, English grammar, is also spoken. It is spoken here in indigenous, the bestest, right? Knowledge. I have a degree in English, yeah, so though I could flex. Right. So you're inside Indigenous, and as I said, hit that like button, hit that share button, let people know where you are, that they need to be here too, because this is the best zest party. This is Carnival Monday and Tuesday. This is the best fete. This is the VVVVVIP section of the country right now, where the bestest music is being played. Right? Like button, share, do your business and that kind of stuff. We inside, get your dancing shoes out because you all and Krabby about to flex to Andy himself to a place featuring Charlotte Tyson. This is Killer Vibe Records, UK mix, Andy himself to a place. Dance. Yeah, Krabby. I will start you with you now. Start. Yeah, Krabby. Take the wave there. Yeah, man. Andy himself to a place featuring Charlotte Tyson. I hope all your flex out and stuff. Give you all a nice breather there to flex out Trinidad EDM style, And so, right now we back into music with plenty lyrics and that kind of stuff. This next track, because a lot of Trinidad and Tobago, no matter the style that we go into, is storytelling. Sky so is Trinidadians have that storytelling. People talk about Trinidad and Tobago and how we talk and that kind of stuff with the hands and the whole body and that kind of thing. Storytellers, you know, and it's no wonder that we have so many genres and forms of art and that kind of stuff that where storytelling is at the center and the heart of it. This next song is a rock and roll. To be into the rock and roll part of the program, we're going to play a number of rock songs now. But of course, it's Trinidad and Tobago rocks. It fused with all kinds of different stuff. This next one is really classic rock. This is by a group called Mix, made up of a whole series of Trinidad and Tobago session musicians, storied session musicians, seniors and that kind of stuff playing. When I say seniors, I would say this is middle-aged rock. It's a kind of nostalgic kind of rock, looking back at the life of being a session, a gig, rock and roll band and rock and roll musician. It's a really nice song. Check it out. Really heartfelt and that kind of stuff. Done only as a Trinidadian could do. It's Kaiso or country music, that kind of storytelling vibes. The band is called Mix, and the song is called No Life After Rock and Roll.
Though there's always been a space in my soul. Rock and roll. No life after 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 rock and
Yeah, man, that's the band called Mix, featuring a whole series of Trinidad and Tobago session and like Shim, etc., etc., etc. Changing lineup and stuff, about 15 different people, spread out from, like different ages of Trinidad and Tobago rock, all coming together, just enjoying themselves on that particular band called Mix, and a song really about being in a rock and roll band. Not a big kind of stadium filling rock and roll band, but garage rock band, and what that life is like and that kind of stuff. But the love affair with music throughout your lifetime, as a youth, as you approach middle age, as you're married, and your relationship with music all that time, and told just like like as only Trinidadians could tell, storytelling vibes. This next one, fusion, rock fusion styles. This is Vadel, and it's called Virtual Worlds.
I'm discovering our demise. It's your eyes empowering all the flames that burn inside.
That was Vidal. Yeah, man. Getting on here, Trinidad and Tobago, that's some pop rock there for you inside the mix, Vidal with virtual roles and, more different kind of fusion, different kind of stuff. The rock is the bass and that kind of stuff. This is Alter Roots with She's High, rock and roll, Trinidad and Tobago style.
We love music. Just bring that love to me. I wanna start this family. Yeah, 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 baby. Come on, man. I wanna get that love. I wanna get that love. All I need, but now I know your love it is for real. Do not confuse my love. You know you are the one I choose, and I will do any and everything I'll do for you. Because she's high over me. Love is what I see. No one knows what you mean to me. Never gonna let you slip away. I'll never leave you lonely, baby girl. You know you are the one I want you here and now in my life. Take you home and treat you good. You know this love is here to stay forever, girl. I want you to be my wife. Girl, I want you close to me. I wanna start a family. Baby, there's no strife. I'll do everything to just make things right. High over me. Love is what I see. No one knows what you mean to me. Never, 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 never gonna let you slip away from me. Oh, baby, baby. She's high over me, and love is what I see. No one knows what you mean to me. I'm never ever gonna let you slip away from me. Oh, no, 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 no.
Yeah, man. Wazir, Kaur Rasul, Richard Bass Ali, Brandon Mahabir, Kareem Lionheart, Noel, big up yourselves. Also Roots in the house there with Trinidad and Tobago rock and roll fusion style. Like only we could do it. You hear the pan, you hear all the different rhythms inside there. With She's High, the band Also Roots, big them up and stuff. Give them a round of applause. We love to hear. Um, stuff done inside our mix and inside our zone. And we want people to keep pushing the envelope. We want musicians to keep pushing the envelope, keep doing this stuff, and saying big up yourselves also roots. More fusion styles and stuff. Rock and roll, silly bass and that kind of stuff, mix up with some things and reggae and that kind of stuff. Of course, this is the band called Yardies, and she just said She's High. This song is called Higher. Yardies, Higher, with one of the great rock and roll vocalists of Trinidad and Tobago on lead. And you come back out. Hey, Trinidadian Jason George migrated to Los Angeles to go to the prestigious Musicians Institute of Technology to do vocals for 3 years. Songwriter at heart. While there, he went across to the Guitar Institute, the Bass Institute, all on the same compound, chorale, a couple of LA guys play his song, 4 tracks by Ryan Agostini's studio. And that was all she wrote. Them 4 tracks is all that exists of the band called the Yardies. That was one of the tracks you just heard there. Right? Just like how Fort Lauderdale and set up the band that we heard at the top of the last hour, Ego Killers with Olafemi. 2 songs is all they wrote, and then they dive out again. That kind of thing of the returning diaspora, the ones who have the talent and that kind of stuff, they're coming back and stuff, and they, you know what I mean? But because we haven't been able to put the structures in place to sustain these things, a lot of these bands last only as long as they could have those musicians together, 2 tracks, 4 tracks, and those kind of stuff. But listen to the beauty of that track, the background vocals and that kind of stuff is, and that the lead voice of that of Jason George, one of the great Trinidad and Tobago rock and roll vocalists. You know, that's the band the Yardies. 4 songs was all they wrote, and were able to record, and that's one of them. And you know, here on Indigenous, because that's how we drop it. We give you the rarities, we give you the outtakes, we give you the rare tracks and stuff, not played by them 36 other radio station. Of course, we know what he's saying. Firebun them, right? Firebun them, right? All them radio programmers and that kind of stuff, that when they get music like that, say no and block it from your ears, and have been blocking it your ears for decades. Trinidad and Tobago genius fight down. So when you destroy your best, you leave it for yourself to be led by your worst. And that is what is happening to Trinidad and Tobago right now, from politicians to on the streets to everywhere you look and stuff. We've been led by our worst because we have destroyed our heroes, we have destroyed our best, we destroyed our gifted, right? Not here on Indigenous. This is a maroon settlement. This is Rebel Tongue. This is Free Tongue. This is a place corral from the rest of them. Fortress economy. This is the real deal. Radio Toko, Maroon Tongue. This is how we conduct it and stuff here, right? We protect the gifted. We protect the beautiful, right? Warrior business. We were supposed to have Nigel Rojas in the house and stuff, you know, but again, we have a little technical stuff and that kind of thing. But next week for sure, we have at least 4 big interviews inside here in Indigenous with new music. But we're going to run these tracks and stuff. You'll have new ones coming in, don't worry yourself and that kind of stuff. This is Orange Sky. Played these 2 tracks before from the new album, Strange Days. This is Orange Sky with Wind. 2 elemental songs back to back. Yeah, man. Orange Sky, of course, you're hearing the excellence at lead on bass, Nicholas Rojas, and on rhythm guitar and lead vocals, Nigel Rojas. That's Orange Sky from the new album Strange Days. And hit that like button if you're inside here, no loafers inside the mix and that kind of stuff. You want to hit that like button and let us know. Respond to the songs, let us know what you think and that kind of stuff inside the Facebook live stream or the YouTube channel, wherever you are and that kind of stuff. Let us know how you feel about hearing Trinidad and Tobago music like you've never heard it before. You're inside the second hour, of course, of Indigenous here on Radio Toko every single Thursday, 9 to 11, brought to yourself by myself, Ruby D. Victor, and of course, across there, hiding behind that thingamajig there is Inspector Selector Crabby, the man McClatchy himself, and that kind of hovering in the background, Karen X and Andre Williams, heal them out and that kind of stuff. And of course, my partner in crime who have set this all up, and this is why this is 10 years that this particular program exists, and this is season 10, and this is the 21st program of this particular season of Indigenous. Of course, I'm talking about Sheldon Mano of the Artists Coalition of Trinidad and Tobago, the Artists Coalition of Trinidad and Tobago, the premier lobbying group for the creative industries and cultural sector in Trinidad and Tobago, 20-something years of fighting collective interests of the sector and, putting down all our work and that kind of stuff so that you actually have things to protect heritage and national trusts and those kinds of things, protect heritage and put things like the film industry, putting those things down and have transparent grant schemes and that kind of stuff. Actually have academies for the creative youths and that kind of stuff in Napa, Sapa. And no politician make those things. We fight for those things and stuff and for the integrity of those programs and indigenizing of those programs and those kinds of things, and for you to have those things in safe environments, asbestos free, proper dance floors, also those kind of things. That's the things that we fought for over the 20 years and stuff. And hey, we lost a few, we won a few, and that one of few was able to save plenty lives and and further the possibilities of the art and creativity in Trinidad and Tobago. Documented hundreds of elder artists before they died. We popularized the documentation of elders and that kind of stuff. The crucial period when the Golden Age generation was dying. So literally thousands of biographies were collected, portraits were shot by the top photographers in the country. There were all kinds of photographers who were doing whatever they were doing and that kind of stuff, and we kind of converted them into documenters of the elder Golden Age generation before they passed on, so that Trinidad has now and our proper museums and those kind. Yeah, so of course the powers that be would send a thing to block out that channel there. But don't worry yourself, we know how to get around those things here inside Indigenous here on Radio Toko every Thursday, 9 to 11. This is your home for the badness. Right? So, hey, Crabby, we want to go into the next Orange Sky. So I said, we're doing the elements and stuff. The first Orange Sky you heard was wind. The next Orange Sky you heard is fire. And of course, next week, inside Indigenous, you're going to be here with Nigel Rojas, Mike White, every other artists and that kind of stuff. We're celebrating the season and that kind of stuff, and that's how the energy is and that kind of stuff. We, at this time, as community, as family, and all those kinds of things. Right? So, Crabby, where you there? Nicely. Orange Sky, fire.
sense of life. Elected people bring deceitfulness and spite.
Yeah, man. Get on Orange Sky, get on there. Yeah, hey, from the album, the new album, Strange Days. And hey, COVID has mashed up the creative sectors all over the world, the performance parts of the creative sectors and the visual arts and fine arts and that kind of stuff. Of course, things like virtual programming and those kinds of things are done excellently. Streaming services, a lot of digital kinds of things and those kinds of things done excellently during this period. But performance-based live based things have been decimated all over the world. There have been all kinds of um, uh, protective programs and programs to kind of kickstart all kinds of things and all kinds of aid for artists of these types of musicians, theater people, all kinds of things, painters, museum galleries, all those kinds of things all over the planet. Of course, in Trinidad, not so much. Not much at all. In fact, and, and pressure and that kind of stuff. Some of the some of the baddest albums of this age have been produced during this period and stuff. We're talking about the two Grammy listed albums, Gary Hector's National Trash, MX Prime's Exit. You have new music by coming out by Brave Boy dropping stuff all the time. You have Sheldon Mendoza, Starship Enterprise, that whole crew doing stuff. You have Strange Days by Orange Sky. You have Mike Wise coming out with his album. Check him out next week and stuff. He'll be here talking about it, a whole set of new music coming out that is exceptional, really, really, really exceptional stuff. And we're looking forward to a number of other drops still to come. I just saw Levi Myers today. Levi recording right through, looking to drop full album early next year. So on the reggae tip. I mean? So despite all the fight down and that kind of stuff, Nandel came on the program, released new music, dance music. People have been going inside, risking, putting out stuff and things, despite the philistinism of the society and despite the blasphemy of our leaders and like the 36 other radio stations that refuse to play local music and that kind of stuff. People still risk and do this stuff, and that's incredible. I mean, we just heard Orange Sky there. Two elemental tracks back to back, Wind, then Fire. And of course, he inside the program next week, lead singer Nigel Rojas. We on to the voice note part of the program, Clutchy. I know we have a voice note, hopefully multiple voice notes. We owed some voice notes from Donna, Kimmy, Maya, and some of the other women who promise voice notes. They say they're shy, they say all kind of stuff and things. We don't believe any of these things.
Yeah, waiting for that still. Waiting for that.
Ah, we have I have an next drag voice note. I just have a feeling that my my head hurts already. But I have a feeling. So of course, Clutchy, before you do that, just tell me what the voice note number is so people know what they want to send in voice notes. In case Donna, Kimi, Maya, and the rest of them get a second win. And if they didn't do it this time, they
One
decide.
1-868-749-9941. I'll put it on the screen now. On the
Right.
screen there.
Only I have about 20 minutes and stuff to get some Y chromosome voice notes inside. Run the voice note, Clutchy. Let me hear what we have. I ain't hearing it. I ain't hearing it. You might have to wheel that. You might have to wheel that voice note, Clutchy. You ain't hearing that voice note properly.
Oh, sorry. Let me
Yeah, 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 yeah.
let me see why I didn't hear it. Oh my goodness! But if you know who the voice note from,
We have a good idea. We have a good idea who the voice notes from.
you have a good idea.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Start it over.
Indigenous TT, Radio Togo 106.7 FM on Thursday nights. Ragamuffin, Derby City, turn up on the TV. Indigenous is on a Thursday night. Rude boy, don't be silly. Put on all them CD. Indigenous is on a Thursday night. Ruben Berry, Crabby, playing all the tunes. Keeping all the artists playing them tunes. All the songs you will hear. Swear everybody tune in here. We on the air. Ragamuffin, don't be silly. Turn up on the TV. Indigenous is on a Thursday night. Rude boy, don't be silly. Put on all them CD. Indigenous is on a Thursday night.
I think we have a winner, you know. I think we have a winner,
We
Crabby.
have one right there.
Of all the IDs, I feel that's the winner, you know. And I like the female background vocalist. I like the I like the female background vocals. You know what I mean? Matching Jason George female background vocals there in the Yardies. How the Yardies and Krabby, I feel we closing off for
That
that
was it.
Yardies track. The
That was
Yardies track. The Yardies track we will run the Yardies track when we closing off the show and stuff, right?
right.
But yeah, I feel we can listen to the voice notes again. Let me listen to the voice notes again. People, I want you to hone in on the female background vocals in this voice note. Take pattern how
Right, Bobby Rock here.
screams level.
Indigenous TT, Radio Togo 106.7 FM on Thursday nights. Ragamuffin, Derby City, turn up on the TV. Indigenous is on a Thursday night. Rude boy, don't be silly. Put on all them CD. Indigenous is on a Thursday night. Ruben Berry, Crabby, playing the tunes. Keeping all the artists playing them tunes. All the songs you will hear. Swear everybody tune in here. We on the air. Ragamuffin, don't be silly. Turn up on the TV. Indigenous is on a Thursday night. Rude boy, don't be silly. Put on all them CD. Indigenous is on a Thursday night.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We have it inside there, you know. I think that one win. That one win. In fact, that give me an idea, you know.
Uh-huh.
That right now is the station. That's the ID for the program at the evening. But
Right.
we're going to do an indigenous ID competition
Competition. Right.
for
Right.
local musicians. We're gonna do an indigenous ID competition, and we go figure out you'll get a nice prize. You'll get a nice prize for an indigenous ID competition, and probably by carnival time or so, carnival in inverted commas. Um, the winners could be announced and that kind of stuff, right? So you give people a month and a half to get the IDs together. Some people ain't sick with like the person who did that particular station ID who seemingly records multiple track
Tracks.
songs at
Constant.
will.
Constant. Oh yeah.
Like right, you just like
Yeah.
have full backing band with female background vocals and that kind of stuff on call to be able to produce music at will, right? But not everybody are lucky, right? So, right, so we still waiting on them voice notes from Donna, Kimi, Maya, and the Y chromosome crew, share the whole crew who inside. I know why the woman's so shy. You know what I mean? The whole voice note thing started off with a bang with the woman. I wish I could. Anyway, let me move on. So the next track, right? So we have a whole set of diaspora influence tracks inside the mix, right? It started off with the Ego Killers. We went on to the Yardies and that kind of stuff. These are people who migrated, fellas who migrated, whether it's people school and that kind of stuff, or people who settled abroad and those kinds of things. We have a whole set of them, in the mix and stuff. And this next group and vocalist is no different. This is Drew Gonzalez and his group Kobo Town, who are world beat artists, kings in Canada. Juno nominated numerous world beat prizes, international world beat prizes, songs that have charted on the international world beat charts and stuff, songs covered by Calypso Rose and Santana. Drew Gonzalez and them doing the work out there. We're gonna run two back-to-back Kobo songs without interruption. First one is Waiting by the Sea, Drew Gonzalez and Kobo, and the second one is called Strange Dream. Kobo, Trinidad and Tobago world beat artists in the house. Waiting by the Sea, Strange Dream.
On a bright spring day, near the approach and made my spirit love with the season and drew me away from the comforts and pleasures and agonies that were familiar to me. A brief repose or a final close to the years spent in emptiness, who knows? It was not the time for clarity, it was a season of resurrection. Restless, I wandered like a one-scaled bird, found the sky and finally heard a song without the echoes of a cage, but found it quite absurd. So seeking the solace of a greater sea, I walked the coast to know my condition. It was not the time for clarity, it was a season of resurrection. Waiting there by the sea, for history to pass me by. Waiting there by the sea, for memory just to leave me be. Waiting there by the sea, waiting about patiently. Waiting there by the sea, for you. What a thing, a springing, flipping, despite the agony of the hour, I was compelled to sing a hymn to human victory, but I could not cease to cling to the idle aims and the futile games of a dying city whose rising flame promised a light a brighter way than the fury of a summer's day. But every lamp was a light, the city cool and dry. A crowd of climbing towers will shut out the sky, and everyone risen to keep back the sick, kept all from being free. So I fled the streets to meet the tide, and I walked the coast to know my condition. It was not the time for clarity, it was a season of resurrection. Waiting there by the sea, for history to pass me by. Waiting there by the sea, for memory just to leave me be. Waiting there by the sea, there by the sea. For history to pass me by, waiting there by the sea. For memory just to leave me be, waiting there by the sea. Waiting about patiently, waiting there by the sea. For you, waiting there by the sea. For you, waiting there by the sea. For you, waiting there by the sea. For you.
The other night, then I had a dream. Strange and portentous it did seem. The other night, then I had a dream. Strange and portentous it did seem. A man with a top hat with stars and stripes was dancing with a lady all dressed in white. And as the crowd gathered around, man, it was the talk and ghost of the town. The band playing on, the gent and them dancing up a storm. He plotting to win her affection. She waving a big flambeau in she hand. A bulldog was barking at her feet. He beat it like an old potong in the street. And as the crowd started to cheer, he get brave and coughing down eagle and bear. We not going home before the morning, not until the sun is high in the sky. Not before the morning, I swear the fog is telling a lie. Not before the morning, you could not move us from here if you tried. Not before the morning. Before the morning. This display of courage and might made the young lady to squeal with delight. He started making outrageous claims just to further impress the dame. He said, come, we go travel in class from the Berlin Wall to the Khyber Pass. When we get tired of the West Indies, we go bathe in the Tigris and Euphrates. We not leaving before the morning, not until the sun is high in the sky. Not before the morning, I swear the clock is telling a lie. Not before the morning, you could not move us from here if you tried. Not before the morning. Before the morning. By the end of the dance, interest had bloomed into romance, which soon turned to jealousy. Did not want no one else talking to she. He said, be mine, let we build a home. She said, I can't belong to no man alone. In a rage, he cuffed the dame to the ground, and the fire from the torch burned the whole place down. Well, we are leaving before the morning, not until the sun is high in the sky. Not before the morning, I swear the clock is telling us we're not leaving before the morning. Yes, I know the flames are all jumping high. Not before the morning, you could not move us from here if you tried. Before the morning, yes, I know the flames are all jumping high. Not before the morning, you could not move us from here if you tried. Not before the morning. Before the morning. Not before the morning. Before the morning.
Yeah, Gonzalez, Obo Town with Back to Back, Waiting by the Sea, and Strange Dream. Juno nominated artists, Trinidad and Tobago artists in the house, as the Canadian Emmy Grammys, by the way, right? Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago power in the house and stuff. Music, of course, that them 36 other radio stations refuse to play. We play it here on Indigenous, your home for the Trinidad and Tobago underground music, mainstreaming the local underground, globalizing Trinbago song. We champion Trinidad and Tobago music and Trinidad and Tobago genius. That's what we do here every single Thursday, 9 to 11 on Radio Toko 106.7, on the www.radiotoko.com, as well as the on the radio um, live stream on Facebook, YouTube channel, and all the other places, terrestrial radio station, everything, all the mixes and stuff that you could get, the thousands of people who listen every single week who listen to it right now. And of course, the program is recorded. You could check out the Radio Toko channel, and you could check out Indigenous, and you'll get the full program and stuff. You could run it in the background while you're doing your household chores, while you're at work and that kind of stuff. Instead of listening to them other stupid 36 other radio stations, you could run this program and the catalog of 21 programs so far that have been done for the season 10 of Indigenous. Next track, we're switching, right? So we had the EDM styles, we had the rock styles, we had the fusion, the world beat fusion styles, and now we go into R&B, reggae, kind of mix up, and that kind of stuff. This is real soulful Trinidad and Tobago styles. This is Nathan Marcelin with Safe.
See this girl she used to love, gave her heart complete and holy.
Wait, scratchy. We are will that. We are the will that. We have to give it its due. Give it its due. Listen to the styles, people. This is what is get fight down in Trinidad and Tobago by the Tobago genius. This is what is be fighting down. Listen to the styles. Nathan Marcelin, Safe.
See this girl she used to love, gave her heart complete and holy, till she came one day with tears streaming down her face, asking me to hold her. I'll keep you safe, I'll save you from the rain today. Come on, girl, hold me in your arms. I wanna keep you safe, baby, and I will keep it safe for you. I will make sure that your heart can beat again.
Good thing, man. Good thing.
I will keep it safe for you. I will keep you safe, safe from more heartbreak. You don't have to be alone. Two hearts can make a home. Put your trust in me and we will see it through. I will never hurt you, lady. Come on, girl, hold me in your arms. I wanna keep you safe, baby.
Eh, why why you wanna fight down something like that? Boy? Why? What it is inside them station managers and program managers and Trinidad and Tobago elite and politicians and stuff that would fight down fight down something like that, something so beautiful and pure and just fight down genius like that. What? All I know that you see that thing, that monster, that is part of Trinidad, that part of Trinidad have to be destroyed. That monster have to be destroyed for everything else to live. That monster have to be destroyed. We cannot allow it to win. And that is why indigenous exists. We exist to protect the wild animals ourselves, the beautiful wild animals, you know. Something to think about. This is going to be the last track that we play, right? We were going to play new music from Sheldon Holder, who we heard last week, formerly of 12 the band. His new band in Canada, in keeping with the whole set of Trini diaspora music that we was running and stuff. Crabby, you think we have time? You wanna jump to that instead?
We could jump to it, yeah.
Yeah, let me jump to that. Right? Because as we in the mix, as we playing all this diaspora stuff, because we want to interview Sheldon as one of the mix next week and stuff. But we go have more music. Don't frighten me. Music card done. Let me play Sheldon Holder, formerly of 12, now of Avenue for Outrage, now resident in Canada, Toronto, Canada. This is Love is All Day. New music inside the Indigenous.
Stepping on out of urban places, and this crazy city life has got me rushing through those spaces. And transit drivers take me deep into the ghetto phases, where midnight robbers make crime stories for the evening papers. Of routine traffic stops, roadblocks, crooked cops and petty capers, and sneaky crackheads creeping, steady looking for the vapors. And this life in foreign's got me grinding, looking for that paper. When you cross my mind, I feel divine, cause I love you and you are mine. And then when we make love is everything, girl. Yes, when we make love is everything, girl. Got that hand in love and deep in love and kissing, hugging, slippery, groovy kind of loving, yeah. When we make love is everything.
Life's a complex negotiation that sometimes leads to immigration.
In pursuit of elevation, in this current incarnation, I'm a stranger in a strange land, in a trial separation from the rhythm of the ocean, beyond memories of my island. I see your good intentions in our quiet conversations, and our intimate relations are a source of inspiration. And it blows my mind, I feel divine, cause I love you and you are mine, you are mine, you are mine, yeah, yeah, yeah. When we make love is everything, girl. Yes, when we make love is everything, girl. Got that hand in love and deep in love and kissing, hugging, slippery, groovy kind of loving, yeah. When we make love is everything, girl. In pursuit of elevation. Love is all
formerly of 12 Titan, now resident in Toronto, Canada, formerly a Trinidad and Tobago boy, always Trinidad and Tobago boy, Samoa boy, Sheldon Holder, when we make love, hey, you've been inside Indigenous, this is how we conduct it every single week that we're here, 9 to 11 Thursdays. We rep for Trinidad and Tobago genius underground music. This is your home for it. Every different style of Trinidad and Tobago non-festival music. Reggae, dancehall, EDM, rock, rap, soul. I mean, you name it, jazz, fusion, world beat, and that kind of stuff. All those styles find their home here. Hey, this is the home for Trinidad and Tobago best music, right? And so we want to close off again with that track, Higher from the Yardies, right? I hope you enjoyed the program. You could still hit the like button. The program will be recorded on the YouTube channel. Check it out, week 2021. Over and out. The Yardies. Your love.